Okay, this is just a brief video for the homework assignment, which you're working on right now. So this is the one we said we're going to do first, Neuromuscular Junction Interactive Physiology. So you have clicked on this already, or you wouldn't be watching the video. I would recommend that you print this out just so that you have something to write your questions on while you're watching the video. But if you just want to take notes and not waste paper, that's fine. But if you click on that, it should look like, which one's first? Neuromuscular junction we're doing first. It should look like this. So there's a series of questions that I want you to be able to answer, and I have inserted into the questions the slide on which each question will be answered, so you know when to pay attention and if you've missed something. It's worth going through all of it and doing all of the activities, but I'm not going to hold you responsible for everything that's in the presentation. Like we skip slides 5, 6, and 7. I don't have any questions on. But anything that is covered in this activity is fair game for the exam, even if it's not in your course objectives, because we're covering it, and I think it's all in there anyways, but still, just be aware anything that's in here I might ask you about on the exam. So you're going to have, these are the questions that you're going to be answering, and then you'll submit them on this page the way you would your lab report. This video that you want to watch, you are going to find in My Lab and Mastering in the study area. So click on My Lab and Mastering, open My Lab and Mastering. Then you will want to go to the study area and launch. And then you're looking for Interactive Physiology. So we're in the muscular system, and the two that we're doing are IP2. So there's these 3: IP, animation, cross-bridge cycle. It's a lot of the same information that the IP2 videos cover. I just like IP2 videos a little bit better. So we're going to start with the neuromuscular junction, and so you'll click on that. And then this will open. You start by just clicking on the first thing in the outline, the learning goals. Then for the rest of the presentation, you're just clicking next. So you'll read your learning goals, you'll click next. This we will introduce in lecture. Click next. And then, so here we're on slide 3, and you'll notice neuromuscular junction, slide 3, that's where our first question is going to be answered. So in this video, they will answer the first question. And hopefully the video will play all the way through. My internet's been a little bit funky.
Skeletal muscle fibers contract as a result of electrical impulses from nerve cells called motor neurons. But how does that cause a muscle contraction? To learn about this, we will divide the process into 3 phases. 1. Muscle excitation at the neuromuscular junction. 2. Excitation-contraction coupling. And 3. Cross-bridge cycling.
So I'm going to stop it here just for a second and remind you that sort of the way I cover it is a little bit different than how they have things organized here, although just only subtly. I start by introducing all of the concepts that you need to know and the cellular features of the neuromuscular junction, like the junctional folds or motor end plates and these vesicles. So I define all the terms and the vocabulary that you need to know. And then I do excitation, contraction, coupling all together. So their last part here about excitation overlaps with where they're beginning excitation, contraction, coupling. So you'll just see when the way my notes are organized that I don't have excitation as part of the events of the neuromuscular junction. It's all excitation, contraction, coupling. So I divide it up a little bit differently, so just be aware of that. And then we do cover the cross-bridge cycle. I just figured you don't need to watch a third video on it, and it's not as instructive in terms of how your body's physiology works as these two things are here. So that's it. You're going to just keep clicking through. You watch the video, you answer the question. There's another video, which I won't make you watch. But then as you click through, there are also these activities, which you do not have to do, but I recommend that you do them because they're good practice. Even though we're not going to worry too much about the events that happen inside of this motor neuron, we're concerned with just what happens to our muscle cell. It's not a bad idea to learn this stuff anyways. But we're going to go over everything that happens at the end of this motor neuron when we actually cover neurons. So I think that's everything you need to know. Then when you do the other one, just remember that you're supposed to do second, wherever it is, week 10. Can we get there? Do that second. So there's just, whatchamacallit, another worksheet, and now you're doing IP2, excitation, contraction, coupling. And that's it. Do those two. They're due. Well, I'm not going to say when they're due because this video is going to be used in two different sections. So check the schedule to make sure you know when they're due. That's it.